What's a crack, everybody? Welcome to Real Sounds. My name is Darren, and today we are going to talk about 13 Reasons Why Season 4. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh Christ, not another one of these guys that sits down, talks to a camera and talks about movies and music, but hey, I'm Irish, I'm a guy, I love art, and I have opinions, so we're going to talk about it. 13 Reasons Why. I have a complicated relationship with this show, right? Loved Season 1. I thought Season 1 was amazing. The writing was great, the acting was amazing, and I could relate to it on a lot of levels because a lot of the experiences that everyone went through in high school in that season, I went through myself. You know, I'm 24 now, but, you know, still hurts sometimes. You know, if you think about it, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Season 2, I enjoyed, but didn't need to happen. You know, Season 1 was based on a book. Very, very good adaptation of the book. Season 2 was kind of just making it up as it went along. Season 3, I thought was better. You know, it was a little bit annoying. You know, Annie was in it a bit too much. You know, everyone thought that. But, you know, it was grand. You know, it was better. Could have ended with Season 3, but no, they went for Season 4. Season 4 is probably my favourite season since Season 1, but, you know, I still have a couple of issues about it. So first, what I liked, the acting. The acting has just gotten better from Season 1 up to now. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's Emmy-worthy across the board. You know, Dylan Minnette, Alicia Bowe, everybody in this show. Ross Butler even, you know, he's come on really, really well since Season 1 as Zach Dempsey. Acting was really good. Writing for the characters was mostly good. You know, some characters, I'll touch on that in a second. The cinematography and the lighting and the shot composition has just improved since Season 1. I thought it took a massive step up in Season 3. A little bit desaturated sometimes, you know, too much. It was a little bit black and white, which I did like, you know, but sometimes it was a bit ugly looking. This season, though, brings the colour back, mutes it a little bit whenever it needs to, but keeps the quality of the desaturated sections of Season 3 throughout the entire season. I thought that the filmmaking on display was amazing. The editing as well has to be commended. The editing was top notch from start to finish. Sometimes, you know, Clay has a little bit of dissociative personality disorder in this season, and you're not supposed to know all the time what's real and what isn't real, so it kind of puts you in his shoes a little bit, which I thought was amazing. So shout out to the editors, you did really, really good there. Not that you'll ever see this, but hey, you know, you're the unsung heroes of filmmaking, you deserve condemnation. What I didn't like some of the character arcs in this season, and I thought some of the characters were pretty useless. The season's told from Clay's perspective, and so it should. You know, Clay is the main character of the show. I mean, you could argue that for the first two seasons it was Hannah. You know, Catherine Langford did amazing as Hannah, and I really felt bad for her. You know, I really related to her. But Clay's the main character. Come on now. And his arc in this is just, it's hard to watch sometimes. You know, it really is. You feel for the guy. Sometimes you don't agree with everything he does in this season, which is you're supposed to. You know, I love flawed characters. You know, you can't really relate to a character, I don't think, unless they have a couple of chinks in their armor, and Clay certainly does have some. His parents get a little bit more shine in this season. You know, you get to know a little bit more about his dad and his past, and, you know, because his parents were kind of glossed over, I think, after Season 1. But I really think his parents got a good shine in this season. You know, so I really liked that. I didn't like the fact that Annie was in this season still, because she did nothing. Like, she honestly did nothing. The actress that plays her, Grace Seif, I think is how you say her name. Brilliant actress, you know, was great in Season 3. Her character's just useless. It's just a bit overbearing. You know, I mean, her relationship with Jess is nice. You know, I like seeing Jess have a best friend. But it's just, she did nothing in this season. You know, she really didn't need to be there. And some episodes she wasn't in. There was a pivotal section in the final episode where all the characters were together except her. She wasn't even in it. She was in the next section following on, but it was almost like the writers knew that she was useless and just went, we don't really need to put her in here. So I didn't think that Annie should have been in this season. Zach, my boy Zach, what'd they do to him? They turned Zach into a full-blown alcoholic drug addict in this season. He's useless too. And that's really shit, because I love his relationship with Alex, and he's really come on from being an asshole in Season 1 to he got a massive reveal in Season 2 and got a lot of backstory and a lot of fleshing out. And in Season 3, he was probably my favourite character in the show. This one, he's next to Annie's probably my least favourite, because the writers just give him nothing to do. You know, he has a couple of moments of inner conflict, you know, relating to the last episode, and all the rest. But the rest of it, he just spends around like a carefree asshole, to be honest with you. He just looks like he doesn't give a shit. There's a couple of heroic moments where the real Zach comes out. You know, spoiler alert, Alex nearly drowns at one point in this season, and Zach saves him. That was cool to see. You know, it still shows that he cares. But other than that, there wasn't much to Zach. Winston. Right. I didn't see the point in Winston for one reason. He was barely in season 3, and his relationship with Monty was more talked about than it was seen. So, you know, we as an audience have to relate to Winston's conflict. As, you know, we didn't really see that much of what his motivation has become. You know, his motivation is to avenge Monty's death, which is, you know, in fairness, he's in the right, but we don't relate to him because we haven't, I say grown up with him, we haven't seen his character journey at all. He was hardly in season 3. He served really to show a massive reveal with Monty's character, the fact that Monty came out as either gay or bisexual, or wasn't really confirmed, I don't think. You know, it wasn't fleshed out enough in season 3, but it was a massive reveal and it added a lot of depth to Monty's character. I just didn't think that Winston's motivations were good in this season, you know, because you didn't see enough to get yourself invested in him. He just came across like a sociopath. You know, a type 1 sociopath, and that's the worst kind because they're the ones that are just, you know, nuts for the sake of being nuts. He gets a little bit of fleshing out towards the end of the season. I'll give the writers that, but other than that, I didn't really relate to his character. Alex, I thought, was a standout in this season because he gets a lot of exploration, not so much from the fact that he, you know, he's feeling guilt over Bryce's death, but the fact that he comes out as gay, you know, explores his sexuality. This show's been really, really good from season 1 with Tony's character, to showing that, you know, diversity is key. You know, diversity is not a thing that should be snuffed at. And there's a lot of bad things going on in the world at the minute, you know, with the protests in America, England, even here in Belfast. You know, I live in Northern Ireland, so it's quite close to home here as well. And when watching this show, I really related to it because I absolutely hate homophobic behaviour and I hate racism and all the rest of it, and I like that the show doesn't shy away from showing, you know, that it's okay. The final scenes of the last episode of this show, there's only 10 episodes in this season, which I liked because it focused the story up a little bit. The final, I would say half an hour to 20 minutes to half an hour of the final episode really drives the point home that the whole point of this show and life really is love and understanding. You know, it's easy to hate. It's much harder to love and understand, but when you love and understand everyone, maybe they don't live the same as you, and maybe their belief systems and ideals are different to you, but whenever you understand each other and learn to love each other, the world is a so much better place and you're much happier. So I really enjoyed that. I thought the ending was really good. I liked the ending a lot, and I liked the fact that Tyler got a little bit of a hint at a love interest, because Tyler's had a lot of bagging. He was a shithead in season 1. He had a tragedy happen to him in season 2. In season 3 onwards, I felt for the guy. I really did. You know, I really related to Tyler. This show's been really good at taking characters that you love to hate at the start and making you just love them at the end, like Justin. Spoiler alert, Justin dies in this show, and he dies from AIDS, which is a fucking tragedy because he had such a growth from season 1, and it's just sad. You know, season 4, episode 10, the final episode of the show, is more or less a movie. It's about 100 minutes long, maybe just shy of 100 minutes. And it really, really takes you on an emotional roller coaster from depths of sadness up to, you know, the heights of joy throughout the episode, you know. So all in all, I thought this season was a really good send-off for the show. Still some parts in it that, you know, weren't amazing, because, let's be honest, the show hasn't really been amazing since season 1, but I've watched it and stuck with it because I love the characters, and it has gotten better from season 2 onwards, and it's always shown a bit more promise. So all in all, if I don't like rating shows, but if I had to rate this show, I'd probably rate it, or this season rather, I'd rate it about a 8 out of 10. You know, I really liked it. There's more positive in it than there is negative, and the negatives don't really annoy me as much as the positives shine in the show for me, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Guys, I've been Daz. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff coming from this channel, Real Sounds, and We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.